turn this down.
There we go. That's better. It helps when you turn the microphone on. In case things and stuff.
Am I picking up? Is
Yeah.
it good? Sweet. Oh, sat on a fish taco.
Cool.
Are we recording now?
Yeah, we're recording.
I'm pretty sure we start every episode like that. Just me asking, we recording? We recording, Mark? Hey, Mark, we recording?
You started the one off of Doug, super racist.
Yeah, well,
Which was a pleasant surprise.
because I didn't think you were recording, man. You know, and it's not like I have anything against. I don't have anything against Japanese people. Let's be honest. They're great. They're hardworking people. And this is kind of sounding like weird and racist, but like racist
it
and
sounds
like
like you're backpedaling, like
yeah,
hard.
yeah, definitely racist in like a positive sense. Like, yeah, they're hardworking, industrious people who's very efficient at reproducing. Like, like even though I'm like giving them compliments, it's still like racist because I'm making like sweeping generalizations about
Stereotyping them.
Yeah, but it's okay because our listeners in Japan will probably listen and say, "Oh no, he's 100% correct." So yeah,
They're like, oh, it is 100% correct.
all right, let's not do this again. So this is the Uneducated Statements podcast. I'm Ben Creed.
Oh, I heard it. I am Marco Yosefo.
Yep, Marcus Josepho. Yeah, this is a not a special episode. Well, actually, you know
it
what?
feels pretty special
yeah,
with these cocktails.
Exactly, that's what I was about to say. Every episode is special. First of all, everyone is more special than the last.
Hey,
I think that's our theme.
hey, listeners or listener, if you're listening by yourself, which will probably be more than usual.
I don't know why you listen to it with friends. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
not a
know. That's
radio
kind of weird.
Program in the 1950s. It's not like the families gather around in the living room.
Little
like,
fireside chats.
It's time for Mark and Ben's program.
Fucking a little Christian family doing like Adventures in Odyssey in their minivan. Anyway, what I was getting at is, hey, you're special.
Yeah,
How about that?
You are. You have a lot of worth as a human being, and we're glad that you're around.
Mm-hmm.
But only because you're listening to our podcast.
Anyway, so what's in your drink, Ben?
Yeah. So this feels like a super special occasion because I decided I was kind of bored today, so I wanted to experiment with making some different cocktails that I know of. But turns out I'm a terrible bartender because I don't know how to mix anything, and I'm really bad at judging amounts
Your
of
mixology
things.
is weak.
Yes,
So weak.
it is very weak. But the cocktail I tried making is it's my favorite from a restaurant in downtown Annapolis, and I used to go there all the time. A lot of my friends like to eat there. You know, food was kind of shitty, but every time we'd go there, I'd get this drink, and it's nice because it's very very tasty, and you can have one and like feel pretty good. Because it's one of these drinks that's just pretty much just a bunch of different kinds of booze mixed together. Anyways, it's called the Sicilian, and it's it's supposed to be grappa, one part grappa, one part prosecco or champagne, and one part chambord, the raspberry liqueur, and then a lemon slice. But I kind of just did a ghetto version of it because I couldn't find any of those things. Because this is Corpus Christi, and it's really hard to find quality, like, alcohol ingredients, I guess. I don't know. And so what I did was, instead of grappa, I just got brandy. Because online it was like, yeah, grappa is very similar to brandy. Two wildly different things. Very, very different things. And the brandy kind of makes it taste gross.
Dude, I'm just having brandy and champagne.
Yeah, you're a monster.
On first inspection, you're kind of like, oh, this is just brandy and champagne, but like it kind of grows on you.
Does it?
It's like a little bit more, I don't know. It feels like they've become infused now. Before it was just kind of like distinct, like, okay, I taste the brandy, I taste the champagne. Now it's like, I'm tasting champagne with the essence of brandy.
Interesting.
I had a friend who this chick, I interned with her, and she wouldn't say oh, what are you drinking? Like, oh, it's water with I put in the Weiler's Light or Crystal Light, and it's just mixed with this. You're like, no, it's infused. It's infused with lemon. I'm like, you mean you mix lemon in there? No, it's infused. I'm a chemist. Okay, I went to apothecary.
Yeah.
He made me this.
Yeah, there's some weird alchemist stuff going on. But yeah, I also couldn't find. I'm actually just really glad I'm not drinking that because that makes my thing seem way better by comparison.
It's not bad.
Well, yeah, I couldn't find prosecco, and so I just bought like $10 California champagne, which it ended up being okay. It does the trick for sure. And then didn't feel like going to the grocery store just for lemons, so I bought lemon juice, which was probably the biggest mistake.
Yeah, lemon juice is the lemon juice. You get a little squeezy,
yeah.
bladder, turkey baster looking thing. It's not the same.
Yeah, for some reason it just doesn't do the trick.
It's a lot more bitter.
Yeah, but no, I like it. I enjoy it. But yeah, every time I'd go to this restaurant, have this drink, and I tried to reproduce it. I'm close, but that's like saying I can't think of a good analogy right now.
I'm gonna call my drink.
It's like saying Scrappy Doo is like Scooby Doo. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna call my drink Champandy.
Champandy.
I'm gonna brand it that.
That's the episode name right there.
Champandy.
Champandy.
Actually, now that I drink more of it, it doesn't taste like it's infused with brandy. It tastes like it's polluted by brandy. What was I thinking? Okay.
Speaking of Champandy, I had an epiphany while in the liquor store because I was looking at all the different sorts of like champagnes and sparkling wines that they had, and I was thinking, I was amazed at how cheap California champagne is. They have to call it California champagne because it's not used with water from Champagne in France. So, the
Champagne region.
Right, yeah.
I learned this from Wayne's World.
Exactly. And so California champagne is made from water in California. And given the droughts, you'd think that California champagne would be more expensive. Think about what it's made with. Like, you're using a very limited resource, It's like saying, oh, yeah, there's people who can't get fresh, clean water in California, but we're making booze out of it.
Is that really what's happening, or do they just have, like, big restrictions, like don't water your grass after 5 a.m.?
Yeah, that's really what's going on as far as I know. It's just I just thought it was funny. Like, we there's this limited resource, but you'd think it would drive up the prices of California champagne.
Let's go ahead and ship it around the world.
Yeah. Nope. I don't know. There are places over there that looks like the surface of Mars. It's pretty crazy. I don't know. You've been to California, right?
Speaking of Mars, no, okay, yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that train of thought.
Wait, no.
I had nothing to say about Mars.
Oh,
I was just like, silence. What do we do? Let's keep the conversation moving. No, I've been to California. It's been a long time actually since I last went. I think the last time I went was like 2006.
right. Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
When'd you go? Wait, holy shit!
I think the last time I went was 2006. Is that what you said? When did you go? Yeah.
I said, why did you go?
Oh, they said when did you go again?
No,
I was like,
no. But can we take a second to appreciate the fact that was 10 years ago?
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. Getting old. Anyways.
No, my godfather lives out there, so
Mhm.
we went to go visit him, like a whole family vacation type thing,
Oh, cool.
which is the worst because we did a road trip. If we like flew out there, I fucking hate you for like a 2-hour plane flight, not a big deal. But when you take like a whole week to drive out there, and you're in a car with your family, things get a little hostile.
Oh, well, I don't know. When you're a kid, though, those family vacations seem like that memorable. Because it's just like it's so different. What part of California do you live in?
So this would be like the mountainy area around LA. So
Okay.
I'm guessing this is like west of LA. I don't know my geography of California.
I don't really know anything about LA. I know it's just a huge sprawling area.
It's the part where of near or around LA where they had like the big forest fires. I want to say. I want to say like 4 years ago.
Yeah, still means nothing to me.
Yeah, yeah. But if any of you know about that stuff, that part. So all I really remember about that road trip is like driving through a lot of desert. There's like a lot of like, not, I don't want to say like shitty area, but like uninhabitable area where you have to drive through Arizona and New Mexico. And I think we went through Nevada too. We're like, let's go this way.
Yeah, like the kind of place where if you like somehow careened off the road, you'd find yourself in front of Courage the Cowardly Dog's house.
Yes, I never seen that though. So.
Oh, dang. Okay, never mind.
Absolutely. Yes.
Sure
Positive
thing.
affirmations here.
Speaking of dogs, I had a really weird thing happen last night.
I became a dog. I'm the new Kevin Spacey movie, Dad Dog. Dude, I didn't know they're still making movies like that.
Wait, like what?
Did you haven't seen that trailer
No.
where Kevin Spacey becomes the family dog and he has to figure out how to tell like his family like he's actually human or otherwise he'll stay a dog forever.
Are you serious? This is
Yeah.
a movie?
Where did I see the trailer for that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I thought
This was in the movie theaters. It's a new movie with not Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill and Miles
Franco?
Teller.
Oh.
Where they're like war dogs. I think that's where I saw the preview for that.
Oh, yeah, where Jonah Hill's like a arms dealer.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I want to say it was for the No, you know what? It's for the it's for the Jungle Book. That movie wouldn't have had those previews.
Wait, what are you talking about right now?
Okay, I saw the Jungle Book,
Uh-huh.
the live action movie.
Right.
Have you seen it? Are you
No,
aware?
I'm aware of it,
okay.
though.
It was actually pretty good. And in the previews for that, they had the Dad Dog movie trailer
Oh, jeez.
where Kevin Spacey becomes a dog, and like Christopher Walken's in it, and he plays essentially the same guy he played in Click. I actually think we talked about this when Doug was here.
No.
Maybe I just talked to it with him.
Maybe.
Talked about it with him. I left the word "about" in that sentence out. Champandy, not going over with me, and I've only had like 3 sips.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't.
Anyway, pups. We're talking about pups.
Pups. Yeah, so last night I was with my buddy Chris, who was our guest on our podcast last week. And we were hanging out. We were just, having a few beers. Nice conversation on his porch and behind his place. And he lives out on South Padre Island. And so...
Pimpin', all right.
Yeah, they have a really nice place, man. It's way better than the setup we got going on here.
So on the porch, is this a porch on the canal or just?
Yeah, it was a porch on the waterway. So we were just over the water, and there are stairs like leading down to a dock underneath the porch where you could put a boat. Obviously, Chris doesn't have a boat because he's our age and he's not a millionaire or whatever. But we're just sitting there and enjoying ourselves, enjoying each other's company, and all of a sudden, like we just hear this thud, and we're like, "What was that?" And then we faintly start hearing that Lord's Pure album or whatever.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I've
you know her
listened to
first album, yeah.
Yeah.
We just hear that, and it's pretty faint. And we go over to the rail of the porch, and we look over into the water, and a boat had just like run into Chris's dock beneath us, and it was just someone had left just this Lord album on repeat on the boat. And so we go down to like see what's up with it, and we go to grab the boat and tie it up, and there's a dog in the boat. And so there's just this, like this dog in a boat by itself while listening to Lord just rolled up and like bumped into the dock. And we go down, and the dog like hops on like the front of the boat. It's like wagging its tail. And it's just this really, really cute vanilla lab. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? And like, we'd had a few drinks, and so we were like, yo, did this dog drive this boat into our dock?
What an adventurous dog.
Yeah. And why does this dog like Lord so much? What's happening? And so we tie up the boat, and then we're like hanging out with this dog in the boat, trying to figure out who the boat and dog belong to. And this dog's owners didn't like register its microchip online and all this stuff. It took us a long time to figure out who the boat belonged to. We
You
might
don't-
have just given a boat and a dog away to just.
Y'all just pop a flare.
But we finally figured out who the boat and dog belonged to. We think. I don't know. If we were wrong, we really fucked up.
Wait, how did y'all do that? Did you just go like door to door, like, hey, are you missing a boat and a dog?
No, some dudes.
Do you like Lord?
A few houses down, we like heard them come out and they went on their dock. They go, "Yo, where the fuck is the boat?" And we kind of look over and we're like, "Yeah, hey, drifted down here, guys." And they're like, "Oh, dang it. Okay, we'll be over in a second." And they came over and well, I don't know, maybe there's a slim chance that it was just like an elaborate trick. That they knew like what was going on and said that to like get us to like hand over the boat. And so Chris was, instead of saying, hey, what's the dog's name? Just to like, affirm that it was them. He was just like, oh yeah, this is your dog Lily, right? And I was like, Chris, no. You might have just given them to strangers. They might be monsters. What are they going to do to this sweet, sweet dog?
I know, they listen to Lord.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Okay.
She's a quality musician.
Yeah.
I like
guess.
her.
Okay, yeah. I'm down with that.
Huh. Yeah, so that's what happened to me last night. It's really interesting. Just I still think it's funny that out of nowhere a dog in a boat by itself just boop bumps into the dock.
I don't know, it's kind of hard to like steal a boat,
Especially when you're a dog.
especially when you're a dog. Or if you're a person, you're just going to have it tied up to your backyard where everyone else can see it.
That's true. Well, yeah.
Like, hey, that looks a lot like my boat. It even has the same name. I wonder if that, you could, it's even like if you steal a dog, it's like, hey, that's my dog for sure. Like, I found it walking on the street. Like, yeah, I mean, it runs away. Like this dog over here. I'm sure it doesn't. That dog's enjoying.
Oh, yeah, no, Tonks would never run away. She depends on us too much. So my roommate has two dogs. One of them is I don't know, she's definitely a mutt, but I think she's black lab, pitbull. Wow, you're so lazy. You're such a lazy dog. Anyways, they got a bunch of new toys today.
Oh yeah. Thank you to our sponsor, BarkBox.
Yeah, BarkBox.
BarkBox.com. Call BarkBox on their website. I'm sure that's how it's done.
Yep,
And use the offer code uneducated50 for free stuff.
yeah, you get 0% off on all your orders.
Okay, yeah. So if you buy an infinite amount of stuff, still you won't get anything for free.
Right. Yeah, and
That's how that math works out.
So BarkBox is a very useful website for when you want to get your pet a very thoughtful gift that they will destroy within 20 minutes of receiving the gift. Because she literally just got done with this chew toy and has moved on to the second one now. She's like on a mission.
Anyway, like BarkBox is definitely not a sponsor. What it is it's like a loot crate for doggy toys, I guess.
Yeah, it's actually really, really fucking cute.
Which is, it's a lot better than fartbox.com. Am I right?
Oh, God. All right.
Solid podcast so far.
So, anyways, let's move on to like some actual serious business.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, not serious business.
No,
So
we need to talk. Let's get serious here. Okay.
no.
Very serious. So
Bobcat's in town tonight.
Bobcat's in town tonight. I went to go see him last night.
Yeah, I'm really excited to go see him tonight. But what was the show like last night? What can I expect?
Have you seen his latest special?
I actually haven't.
It's on YouTube. Okay, good. Don't watch it because he does a lot of his stuff from his act.
Oh.
Like,
I mean, that makes
and by
sense.
that I mean that he does a lot of stuff from his act. I mean, some people they'll do their set or the material they do. Some people like to do like a new thing every year, like a new hour every year.
Right.
Right. And then some kind of like view their set as like a product, or maybe just feel like there's no need to change it because I still like this material and stuff.
Sure.
So his is kind of like that. I don't know what I was listening to, but they're saying like Chris Rock, the way that he views his specials that he puts out
Mm-hmm.
is they're kind of like infomercials. to go see his show. It's like,
Oh.
oh, look,
Oh, yeah.
look at me doing my material. Look at the audience laughing. You could have this much fun if you come see me live. So I don't. Maybe his special was kind of like that. The thing is, you can kind of tell that was one of those situations where his agent or who's ever in charge of booking him at places, just like, oh yeah, this is his rate. Okay, cool. You're gonna book him there? Sure. And then he shows up. He's like, wait, this is a fucking pizza place? You fucking kidding me?
Have we talked about that on the podcast?
I-
The club here.
I feel like we have.
Break it down for our audience. Just
So,
because I think that really does throw like a lot of comedians for a loop.
yeah. I feel like I could just. I don't want to say it rudely or
What I mean,
cast in a bad light.
I mean,
it's not.
It's not rude. It's
not
just
It's not bad. It's kind of amusing though. Like
Yeah,
for us,
just-
it's like this is normal. This is what we have.
Yeah.
So the comedy club that we go to that has open mic and has shows on weekends that we like to hang out at is the Mesquite Street Comedy Club here in Corpus.
plug.
Okay. Plug. And so the actual comedy room that they use on weekends is upstairs on the second floor, and on the first floor where we do open mics and they have other stuff going on is just a pizza place. It's a nice restaurant. They have good food.
Great food, yeah.
I don't want to say overpriced, but it's definitely priced for the quality that I guess it is. Like it's a good food. But
Yeah.
like when I show up, I'm not like, oh man, gotta pay $9 for this sub, because I'm like, oh shit, $9 for a sandwich and fries. Fuck.
Yeah. I think you're delving a little too deep into it. Anyways, so a lot of comedians,
Champandy.
they're used to doing normal like comedy club type rooms. And
Either
then-
full-time clubs or like bars that maybe
right.
do that are more geared towards that.
Yeah, and it definitely feels like that upstairs, but at the same time, you can't escape the feeling like that. Oh, we're just above a pizza place right now.
I feel like you could, if perhaps they didn't bring pizza upstairs from downstairs.
Yeah.
You could probably maybe lose yourself in it for a moment or two.
Yep.
Because it looks fucking legit, and it is.
Yeah.
The setup's really nice. Looks like a nice room, but then, of course, hey, if someone walks in the back door, opens it, lets them light, and like, hey, where's table 16? Where's table 16, you guys?
They
You
ordered
got
chicken wings, not Alfredo fries.
it?" So,
Yeah, I've noticed that.
anyway, the food there is outrageously priced. Just kidding. If you want good food is hard to find in Corpus, I feel.
Yeah, it's all right, but yeah, no, I've definitely heard like comedians talk about the room and all that stuff.
The fuck is this? I'm out doing comedy in a pizza place?
Well,
and it's funny.
who was it? Someone was talking about how they really liked how intimate the room was upstairs, and they said something like, they're like, man, well, like, yeah, they were like, yeah, it's super intimate upstairs. Like, it reminds me of some of the clubs I've done in New York.
Oh, that was Felipe.
Oh, yeah. And then he was like, and then there's
Splatter
just
set.
pizza downstairs.
Even better.
Yeah. So, it is kind of, I don't want to say it's strange. It's just, it's very Corpus. It's, I don't know. Just, but, so.
They are going to have the Mesquite Street Comedy Club. I was talking to the owner. He was saying that by this time next year, they'll have a full-time dedicated comedy room
Oh, sweet.
at the end of the block. So he owns the one building, which is bottom stairs and upstairs, pizza place and comedy club.
Mhm.
Next door is like an event center,
The
like
stanzas.
like a yeah,
Whatever.
which for like wedding receptions and quinceañeras. Quinceañeras. Say that as wide as possible.
Yep.
And then they actually bought like the building next to that also.
Oh, wow.
And so that building is going to be like a legit comedy room, is what he's saying.
Very
So-
cool. Very cool.
So cool things for Corpus comedy.
Yeah, we're moving up in the world, sort of. So Bobcat was kind of,
He was good. I really liked his shit, and I watched him twice, and I enjoyed both shows like equally.
that's awesome. Did you get to like talk to him, anything like that?
No, he took pictures with everyone. He didn't sell anything. We're good.
Oh,
Maybe we're
sweet.
not good. Who knows?
Huh.
hey, we're good. We're
Mark-
stellar.
Mark dropped the recording device. Everybody.
Bro. No, he his materials like mostly like real stories,
Yeah.
and if you see his comedy special, I think it's on YouTube. I don't know if you should watch it on YouTube though, because I don't know if he gets any reimbursement for that. Someone just stole it, put it on there. Maybe it's on Netflix. But no, he takes pictures with everyone. Doesn't charge anything for that,
Very cool.
which lots of dudes like in his position probably would.
Yeah. And could no one would bat an eye.
And he doesn't sell any merch. He just says like, hey, I've directed these movies. They're all on Netflix or they're on this. One of the movies he directed, he said it's like on YouTube for free to watch. So he's like, just go watch my movies. That's all I want.
What are some of the movies he's directed?
We gotta make me look bad.
Oh dang.
Not paying attention.
Sorry. Yeah.
Obviously, that
Sorry.
part of the cell didn't work.
I totally put you on the spot right now. And that's not
how
fair.
something. He made a movie about alcoholic clowns apparently,
Okay.
and he directed 2 of George Delgado's favorite comedies. Who was a guest on our show? I don't remember which ones they were.
Episode 6 maybe, but
He's directed a couple. He had one that was at Sundance, and
yeah. So movie director. That's fine.
He-
We don't need to be specific.
he directed for the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
So,
No, I'm really like looking forward to.
hey, 24 people that listen to this podcast, go check him out.
Yeah.
There's our sales pitch.
Yep. Real good. Just like our pitch for BarkBox.com.
Barkbox.com. Better than fartbox.com.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that's a real thing too. I'm sure it's like a button, just like a website you go to, and there's like one button you click, it goes. It makes different fart sounds.
I mean, if that's not a real website, we might want to get on like GoDaddy.com and reserve that domain name, because it sounds like a website that could really take off.
Yeah, the Champandy is not settling with me very well. I mean,
Yeah,
it's all right.
You don't have to drink it, man. It's
I
fine.
feel like I don't want to be wasteful. Come on,
It's fine.
dude. My dad grew up in communist Poland. Okay, it's not in
Yeah,
me.
really?
It's not in me to be wasteful.
So, since your family doesn't know you do comedy or really anything about your life, why don't you
Yeah,
tell us?
pretty much.
Why don't you tell?
Oh, so when I take this big black bag with
Uh-huh.
me when I'm leaving the house,
They think you're a serial killer, right?
I'm not a great liar, and they help me lie.
Yeah.
Like they gave me the perfect lie. It's like, oh, Mark, you're gonna go play disc golf. I'm like, yeah.
Wait, they don't.
disc golf.
They don't even know what's in that bag.
I mean, I would tell them if they asked. Like that's like, oh, it's just recording equipment. Me and my buddy, we do a podcast. Like, oh, that's so, they'd probably like that. They're like, that's so good. Da, da, da. You'd be really good at that. I feel. I'll be like, eh. But they're
Eh.
like, you're gonna play disc golf. I'm like, nah, sure, why not? I'm a piece of shit. I'm a terrible son.
No, you're not. It's just that's. I think that's so strange that I feel like
The comedy thing, they probably want to know, like, okay, so what do you talk about? Just remember, always do it for the Lord. You know, always praise the Lord's name. Whatever you do, make sure it shows people you're a good Christian. You know,
right. I think that
you're evangelizing.
I think that's what makes it difficult is they would be they'd say, oh, you do comedy, that's fantastic, you like making people laugh, and then they'd look at the subject matter of your sets and just be appalled.
I'm pretty sure they like borrowed my car a couple times. I just leave my little notebook open in there,
Mhm.
and they probably like looked at some of the shit I wrote in there, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, imagine like getting another comedian's like notebook and thinking it was their diary. Like if you
Oh
got
my God.
like if you got
Yes.
if you got Doug's notes.
That's exactly my
There's-
concern, because like they don't know what it is. They just see things written down like, okay, look Jewish, look like lesbian boyfriend, Mexican grandma, NWA. Like what kind of list is that? Like what does he do? We have a schizophrenic child?
Yeah, I thankfully my handwriting is so bad that no one else can read my jokes, or read my handwriting. Because I've had people like try and go through my notebook before, and they just can't read my writing, so that's good. But yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I think maybe your parents are just like bad at asking questions. In all honesty. Because I feel like it's really not that hard to like delve into your life and figure out what's going on.
No. I'm not very good at talking to them, I guess. They're like, Mark, where are you going? And I'll be like, places. Which I kind of like the double meaning of that.
Yeah.
Like, where are you going? I'm literally going places, but like, I'm going places. I'm moving up in the world. That's the way I view it when I'm like, I'm going to do open mic. I'm going places.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely not the feeling I get whenever I go to open mic. I'm like, let's see what stupid jokes I can tell tonight. No, speaking of open mic, I felt weird this week at open mic. I just started ranting about the Boy Scouts. My structure of jokes just totally broke down, and it turned into just me like ranting.
I thought that wasn't bad though.
Yeah, but it was just well,
you had a very good angry comic type thing going on.
Yeah, I kind of hit that groove, but
and you know what else?
But
don't call me buddy.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like that, but
no, it wasn't like
that. I'm pretty. Yeah, I like it started off great, but then it turned into like me just definitely ranting, and then I'm pretty sure the audience wasn't like cool with it. They just didn't know what was going on. They were like, "Is this comedy or is this guy just really frustrated like with everything?"
Sometimes when I go up in front of that crowd, I feel like they just don't like me on sight. They're like, they see me, they're like, nah, fuck this. I'm not laughing.
Yeah, it's weird how
that's like the only place where that happens pretty much recently. Because I've done out of town mics with you, I've done with other people, and generally they're pretty open.
Right, and
you're just like, nah, fuck that.
I feel like a lot of people have been judging you on your appearance lately, but we'll get to that later.
They're just jealous. They just hating.
Yeah, that is interesting though, because the people that come out to those shows,
they're just intimidated by pretty men.
Well, that's true, but no, I think they're definitely looking for a very specific type of person. Like they have I'm pretty sure a person in mind when they think comedy.
Oh yeah,
and I don't know. I'm not gonna name names, but
I'm trying to think of like who people would have in mind, because I guess it's a little bit more. I don't know if it's more diverse now. Like, oh, you can watch them on Netflix, or what they got these new shows on Comedy Central. Like, this is not happening in Roast Battle.
Yeah,
but like for sure,
I haven't watched Roast Battle yet. I need to.
I've only watched clips on YouTube because I don't have cable. I don't go into the website. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Anyway, sorry I interrupted you. Continue.
I feel like I interrupted you because you're like, they're looking for a certain person. I was like, oh yeah, well, who the fuck they looking for? It's not me, apparently.
No, I mean, that was basically the thought. That was it. So, go for it, dude.
That's all I had to say.
All right, this is a disaster.
I said, who are they? No, like, who are they looking for? Because for a while it was from what I've heard from like other podcasts and stuff, like Comedy Central was looking for like 30-year-old white male with a beard. Like that was
Kyle Kinane.
We're just in general like, okay, that's who we're gonna put on these. I don't know if they still do Comedy Central Presents anymore.
I wish they did, man. I'm so disappointed that they moved away from that stuff. But like that's besides the point.
That stopped in maybe like 2013 is maybe the last season they did. I feel like they did, because I definitely stole all 14 seasons, like a season pack online. And I just downloaded that shit.
Nice.
I don't know if they did 15 seasons though, but I know season 14 must have been around 2012, because that's about when I stopped watching cable. So that's when I graduated high school. So I was like,
interesting.
Let's just make noises for the rest of the time.
Let's not. No, I remember.
I want to point this out. So you haven't seen any Bobcat Goldthwait?
No, I haven't
before.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, no, I
don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but like the Mr. Meeseeks character on Rick and Morty, that's like definitely Justin Roiland, like the creator, right? Like that's him doing the voice.
I think so.
Okay, totally sounds like Bobcat Goldthwait.
Really?
Is that how you say his name? Oh no, he's
me neither, man.
Gold Bobcat.
Let's be
Bobcat.
honest.
Bobby. It totally sounds like him.
Interesting.
Like his little screamy thing. Like his act in the 80s, I didn't watch all of it, but like apparently he was just like go on stage and just scream for a long time. Have you seen Police Academy?
What?
Have you seen Police Academy?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know which one is him?
Yeah.
Okay. Like that's pretty much what his comedy was.
Oh,
stand-up comedy. He'd go up there and he would like at least for the first 5 minutes. I didn't watch a lot of it. I just knew he was like a dude that's like really respected by like all the comedian podcasts I
Yeah.
listen to. I was like, oh shit, I'll go watch this guy. I'm like, oh fuck, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's like one of those older guys that just carries a lot of respect. Like he's kind of up there with like Mark Maron and Dom Herrera and stuff like that. He had like
Well, he's 54.
that kind of age. Yeah, he's only 54.
Yeah, he's only 54.
Oh, I thought he was older.
Unless he's lying, which he could be.
Huh. Bobcat, if you're listening to this, sorry, I thought you were older.
Yeah.
He's not gonna listen to this.
Oh, they're talking about the fucking pizza place. Yeah, fuck that place. All right.
What was it? No, going back to Comedy Central, I'm really disappointed in the direction that they kind of took. That they've really moved away from stand-up comedy, which I know was their kind of primary thing when they started off.
I didn't mind it when they're doing like a lot of like sketch shows.
Yeah, but well, I don't know. I wish they didn't abandon the whole stand-up thing because I feel like that was such a really like great opportunity for a lot of comedians to just do like a Comedy Central special or like a 15-minute spot on like what was that show? It wasn't Comedy Central Presents, but it was the one where it would just be like two 15-minute sets.
They had a couple like that. I know there's John Oliver's New York Comedy Night or whatever. Or they had a bunch of them. There was just kind of like, hey, I'm a famous guy that does comedy. Here are some comedians. So they bring like 3 comedians for an hour, and that's what the show was.
Yeah, I really really liked that, and I wish they still did stuff like that. But I do like a lot of the new shows. I think maybe they're coming back in the right direction because I do like This Is Not Happening, and I've heard really good things about Roast Battle. But
yeah, I mean, I enjoyed like Workaholics, and South Park is a big thing that they have.
Oh, sure, and all that is comedy, so it's not like it's out of place or inappropriate. But I'm just saying, like when I was a kid, I would stay up really late and watch stand-up specials on Comedy Central, and just that was my thing, man. I just it was my favorite channel, and they just would put on all these funny people that I would just idolize, and then you don't see that anymore. It's kind of disappointing. I don't know.
Yeah, since I've stolen all those seasons of it, and I also steal some other stamp specials, which I guess like as a person that also does comedy,
monster,
I should probably go on their website and pay the $5
you monster,
because it's gonna be hypocritical for me one day and be like, hey, how come no one's buying my thing? How come no one's paying to see this shit or listen to my album? What the fuck's going on? I'm like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm one of those pieces of shit. God damn it.
But the thing is it's not gonna be karma. It's just no one's gonna want to listen to you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, fuck you, Mark.
Fuck me. Anyway, I try to watch 20 minutes, the 20-minute Comedy Central Presents every day now,
Oh, really?
or something. Just watch somebody I haven't seen before do comedy.
Yeah, I've been just listening to a lot of comedy in my car while I drive. One comedian I'm really hot on right now is Kyle Kinane. Guy is just hilarious. I just love the sound of his voice and the way he talks about things. He just puts it in like a really interesting perspective, and he's like this really gruff sounding guy, but he's very sensitive, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah. I remember watching his Comedy Central Presents, and I feel like I saw him on something else. Probably This Is Not Happening.
Yeah. He did a great story on This Is Not Happening.
We definitely listened. Okay, so when we drove back from Austin 2 weeks ago,
Yeah,
we
or
listened to
three,
like
whatever.
what do we listening to like Spotify,
Yeah.
just comedy things. Some of those I feel like were just. I think the Shane Moss one that we listened to was just his Comedy Central Presents, and they just took the audio and put it on there.
Yeah, no, that's what a lot of those comedians have done with Spotify is they've just taken the audio from their specials and stuff and just said, okay, here you go, throw it on Spotify, just squeeze a little bit more money out of it. I think I don't know how the whole Spotify thing works, but I imagine that they just get a lot of well, not a lot, but a little bit more money for that stuff.
Do you think if I finish the Champandy, it's gonna I don't know how.
You're gonna die.
I don't know how it would respond exactly.
Shit your pants, probably.
Like, am I gonna be hungover by the time
No.
something happens?
No, but I definitely wouldn't rush to drink it, and don't feel pressured to. It's okay, Mark.
I mean, I put the pressure on myself though.
What?
I don't know. I'm just saying with anything that's like consumable, food,
That is true.
liquid, whatever. I
Yeah,
just put it down fast.
You do.
I'm just like a nervous, anxious guy. I'm like, okay, on to the next thing. Like, this has served its purpose. Time to do something else.
I've seen what you do to Whataburgers. It's disturbing.
I've seen what you do to Whataburgers.
Oh wow. Speaking of Whataburger, well, sometimes it's really important to open with the closing part of a story.
No, okay. Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna talk about last weekend after the podcast.
Okay, well, so going back to the last podcast, I talked about getting a Whataburger, a patty melt that tasted kind of like orange zesty.
Right. Yeah.
Happened again last night.
Seriously.
It wasn't as bad. It wasn't as strong or prevalent, but like I definitely tasted like, why does this taste orangey again?
Man, maybe you have like cancer or something.
Maybe
It's
I
messing
have.
up your taste buds.
I don't know, maybe.
Well, I don't know how cancer works.
My neighbor
But-
growing up, she was an acupuncturist, and she was like, "Oh, does thing taste funny to you? Look at your tongue." Or like she'd come over and look at our tongues, like, "Oh, yeah, you got the flu."
Seriously.
We'd be like, "Oh fuck," and then she like we go over to her house and like she stabbed us with needles. It was terrifying.
Huh.
Then you rub the
that
back
is-
of your neck with
that
this
is
spoon, so bring all the bad blood out, blood out. And then I'm gonna suck all the bad blood with this suction cup thingy.
Ugh.
Look how dark your blood is. That's all bad blood. I'm like,
Ugh.
now I'm kind of like, I don't know if that's like legit or not.
Yeah, me neither. It
It's
sounds
kind of weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Anyway,
Anyways,
Whataburger. Oh, I lost my credit card. Somehow.
seriously?
I lost it last night. I think I threw it away.
Oh, last night. Okay. Well, huh.
anyway,
that's not good.
so
So
last
last
week I was
weekend-
dying, and
Well, no, this was before you were dying. So last week we wrapped up the podcast, and Chris and I, well, actually no, Chris invited Mark and myself out to a party bus from South Padre Island to Port Aransas, Texas,
it's like was it like a 45-minute drive?
something like that. Yeah, it was a decent little drive, but I kind of assumed that Mark wouldn't want to go, and. But obviously he'd been drinking through the whole podcast, and
I
he
got a little
says,
loosey goosey. Yeah.
Mark goes, "Yeah, let's fucking do it." So that sent us on this adventure, and
Well, for future reference, if I'm like that and you don't want to go, you can be like, "Hey, actually, Mark's
well, I'm not going to
Mark's
use
probably
you
not
as an excuse because I was on the fence about it, and so I was like, "Oh, if Mark wants to go, then I'll go." Doesn't seem like my speed, but if my friends are going, I'll probably go hang out. It'll be cool.
Yeah." For those of you that listened to the last podcast, I was gone by the end of it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's no doubt in their mind.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, Mark was overtraining a little bit, and
proper prior planning. Okay.
so Chris ends up driving us out to South Padre Island, where we go and meet up with everybody else who's gonna get on this party bus and do this thing, and Mark just started drinking just straight whiskey and just being the life of the party, which I was really impressed with it. Everyone was a big fan of you, because none of my friends knew Mark, but they all really took a liking to they liked you a lot. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so finish the story and I'll tell you what I remember.
Okay, and so then the party bus comes and we get there and there's not enough seats for everybody. So Mark and I are standing in the aisle with a bunch of people, and Mark's just like walking up and down the aisle like pouring people whiskey, and everyone was like, "Who wants a fucking drink?" And just being kind of wild, and everyone else was like, "Yeah, dude, I do. Thanks, dude. Oh, you're the best." And I was just, I don't know. I had a pretty good grasp of what was going on the entire time, and I was like, man, this is kind of getting a little out of control. But it's fun. I'm enjoying myself. Nothing bad's happening. Everything's good. It's okay. And so we finally get to Port Aransas after 45 minutes. We all tumble out of this bus, go into this bar, and for those of you that don't know, Port Aransas is like a white trash paradise. It's an island, and it's like the perfect place to live when you have like a houseboat, I guess. those kind of people. You know what I'm saying? And so we get in this bar, and it's just country music blaring, a lot of camouflage everywhere, and cut off Dale Earnhardt T-shirts, shit like that. Um, but we're all hanging out. Mark is clearly just way out of it, so we go out on the porch.
Okay, I remember being way out of it. Good.
Get some air, and it was fine. You know, nothing bad was happening. We were all having a good time. Then we go back inside to hang out with our friends, and Mark starts buying everybody drinks until he ran out of money. Which
Don't remember that. Okay.
again, another boss move, man. Just a real winner's play. you were just bound determined to be like the coolest dude in that bar. But then while Mark was doing this, I kind of overhear some people behind me, and it's just this group of just giant rednecks, and I hear them, and they're talking shit about Mark. They're saying stuff like who the hell let that guy in? He definitely don't belong here. I mean, look at him. What's he fucking wearing? Who dresses like that? And like these dudes are like they're wearing cut off t-shirts, like cut off sleeves, and then they have these like fat fucking arms sticking out of the sleeveless shirts that look like hams, and they're in any position to judge someone on how they're dressed. Anyways, they started talking about how they wanted to beat up Mark for no reason other than the fact that he was just a skinny kid with curly hair and glasses.
I may have a punchable face though. I don't know.
No, it was just you weren't fucking.
It wasn't them. I wasn't.
You just don't look like white trash.
I wasn't part of the tribe.
Yeah, it was just like it was ridiculous. It was just like classic bullying, you know, like oh, you don't belong here. Let's get him outside and show him what we do to outside. They didn't say outsiders, but like, just it blew my mind how stupid these people were. You know, they literally just wanted to beat up Mark because he was skinny and wears glasses. It's ridiculous. And so I kind of thought to myself, I still had my wits about me, and I thought, oh man, seems like a kind of a bad situation. Maybe we should leave. And so we make our way out of the bar, but we pretend like we're going to the bathroom so these guys don't notice that we're leaving the bar. And we get outside, and I tricked Mark into coming outside. I didn't tell him what was going. I didn't tell him what was going on until we were outside and getting ready to get in a cab. Because I was worried about how he would react inside the bar if I was like, "Hey, that group of huge dudes over there, yeah, they want to beat the fuck out of you, dude." I was really worried about how he'd react.
Challenged them. I probably would have challenged them. I probably would have "Hey, you guys, why can't we be friends?"
Well, yeah, I was worried. Yeah, I was worried something like that would happen. Like he'd be like, "Oh, let's squash this beef, dudes," and then they'd be like, "They're like, we're gonna squash you, like little man." they're some deliverance shit would happen. I don't know. But so we get outside, and we're I call us a cab, and we get this cab, and it's obviously a 45-minute drive back to my place, and it's it's an 8-person van just for the two of us, which was really weird. And we get in the van, and I start telling Mark about what's going on, and he goes, "Oh, holy shit, I had no idea. Oh, I hope I didn't do anything to those guys." Blah, blah, blah. And you're just way too apologetic. It was really, really funny. Then we started talking to our cab driver, whose name was Joel, and he had the worst smoker's voice out of anyone I've ever met in my entire life.
I remember that for sure.
Yeah, how do you not? Just like,
oh yeah, my son lives out there. That's
exactly what he sounded
polite,
like.
Actually,
yeah,
going easy on him.
Yeah, it definitely is. That makes him sound good. But no, this guy, nice guy. Terrible smoker's voice. Anyways, 45 minutes later, we get back to my place, and I'm fully prepared to pay for this taxi cab. I knew it was going to be expensive because 45-minute drive, and cabs don't really run frequently in that part of Texas. So. The cab ended up being $95, okay? And
damn.
I was fully prepared to pay for it because, it was my idea, and I kind of thought to myself, no matter what this cab costs, it's better than getting beat up. And Mark just he was passed out in like a seat in the back of the van, and he just like rises like he's the fucking Terminator, and grabs my shoulder and he's like don't worry Ben, I got this. I'll cover the cab. I'm like Mark, I don't think you want to do that. No, I got it. And then I tried pulling out my wallet, and then Mark kept slapping it out of my hands. And finally, I was just like, whatever, dude. Yeah, you can pay for the cab. It's fine. And so Mark had already like spent all of his cash, pulls out his credit card, gives this guy Joel his credit card, pays a $95 cab fare fee, whatever. And that was that. We get done. We get out of the cab, and Mark says, "Hey man, can we go get Whataburger? I'm really hungry."
Okay, I thought the Whataburger was your idea.
No, this is a really roundabout way to say like you fucking just throw down Whataburgers, because we go to Whataburger, and um and I'm just like, yeah, I'll have a breakfast taquito, whatever, and a water to drink. And Mark's like, I'll have 2 patty melt meals. I'll have 2 patty melt meals, large fries, a bunch of spicy ketchup. And he lived like 5 minutes from this Whataburger, and he was done with his first burger like halfway back to my place. And then we get back here and we throw on the 1980s movie Heathers, starring Winona Ryder.
What?
And that movie's fantastic, by the way. Oh, you don't remember that?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, the movie's crazy. Anyways, it was an interesting night, a lot of fun. Basically, I protected Mark from bullies, and I don't know.
You're a good friend.
A lot of people think that's like a bad story, like, oh, Mark almost got beat up. But I think it was fun. Yeah. I think it was an interesting thing that happened. Nothing bad actually happened.
So let me do my recap of what happened. I remember finishing the podcast, being like, all right, yeah, man, that was really fun, man. That was really fun. Telling Chris, you're out of the room, and then you came back. It's like, all right, you want to go? And I remember being like, yeah, I want to go. I don't remember being like, fuck yeah, I want to go. I'd be like,
yeah,
yes, I would enjoy that.
I was probably exaggerating that part a little bit.
I think I may have been a little emphatic, probably.
Yeah.
I remember getting in his car, driving out there, chilling at the other dude's house. I do remember having a lot of whiskey at his house, just because it's like, what else am I going to do? Not really going to make too much small talk with these people. They're friends, and I'll just hang out, and if someone wants to engage with me, I'll do that. Definitely had a lot of whiskey there. Then we got on the party bus, and I don't remember much of the party bus at all. I remember definitely standing in the aisle. I can definitely see myself having like a full solo cup of whiskey on that ride.
Yeah, you did on multiple. Oh, yeah. Every time I looked in your cup, it was just straight whiskey.
Yeah. I mean, like the full cup, like a full volume.
Jesus, dude.
Of a solo cup of whiskey on the way there. I definitely remember holding onto that pole and like being like, "Hey, bend your knees. It's better if you bend your knees." Da, da, da. I remember someone was like, "Hey, whoever has their hand on top of the pole is the gayest person."
Oh yeah.
And like I made it a point to squat down and grab the bottom of the pole. Like, I remember kind of spilling whiskey on one guy. And he was like, "Dude," I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'll suck it off." And they're like, "Ah ha 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 ha."
I don't remember that.
I remember that. Maybe I made that up. Who knows? Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then I remember we got to the place, and the one black guy on the bus turned out to have menthol cigarettes, and he wanted me to open them for him, and I showed them to you, and you laughed really hard.
Yeah.
We laughed really hard. I was like, we're laughing too hard. He's gonna hear us. But open them for him. And then it turns out, I think you took a cigarette. I think I put one and I shoved it in my pocket, and that's where that filter came from.
Oh yeah.
I just left it there.
Yep.
And then I kind of remember going inside the bar or whatever it was. I kind of remember going to the. I remember going outside and chilling outside, like, yeah, there's fucking too many people in there. Blah, 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 let's go outside. And I guess I smoked a cigarette because like my hands definitely smelled like nicotine later. Then I remember, we went inside to the bathrooms towards that way. I was probably like, oh, they put my hands up and dance or some shit. And then we're outside. I was like, hey, why are we outside? And then you were calling people were like, hey, how do I get this guy's number? Because I know he works for like a cab company
Oh
or
yeah.
something like that. And then I kind of remember getting in the cab. Definitely remember Joel's voice. My son lives out here. And then I kind of remember pulling out a credit card, but it turned out to be a different one than I thought it was. Because I was like going through my statements, like, where is that? Where did I pay that money? Did he not charge me? And then I could have swore Whataburger was your idea. Like, yeah, let's go to Whataburger. And then I remember coming back here and playing Halo Anniversary Edition or whatever.
Yep, that definitely happened.
And that's all I remember.
Huh.
Don't remember being the life of the party. Or people
you were
me.
you were the man.
Man, that makes me feel good. Whenever people were kind of like, Mark, you were so wasted. You wouldn't believe what you did. I'm like, ah, fuck. And then it turns out he did something awesome. Like, I'm just like a really nice person. Like, Mark, you were really wasted. You were really social. Like, oh, cool. Yeah, people really liked you. Like, oh, all right. I'm a good person then.
Yeah, it was a fun time, man. It was
It is weird that I have to I have to wait a week every time I get blacked out to hear what I did.
Yeah, I guess that has happened to you a few times, hasn't it?
I just assume like everything is good in the morning, and then a week later, people are like, "Dude, what the fuck?" I'm like, "What? Like you passed out and you threw up in this guy's kitchen sink." They're like, "Oh fuck."
All right, let's not reveal too many embarrassing things about
why
yourself
not?
to the audience. We have a reputation to uphold.
I'm taking apart my microphone right now.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I don't know. I think it'll be nice to just hang out at the comedy club and have a pretty tame time comparatively.
It's just Champandy first.
You don't have to. Don't worry.
Consume it all.
So
kids in Africa would kill for the Champandy because then we'd be able to,
so George isn't going to be there tonight.
find blood diamonds easier.
So we're
fight for them.
So we're probably going to do the guest spots.
I wouldn't. I never count on it.
Yeah.
When I go out there for the weekends, just as like an exercise to myself, I like to be like, okay,
Sure.
what would I do for 5 minutes if they did ask me? And that way, if they do ask you,
Oh yeah.
you're prepared. And even if they don't, you've gone through that little exercise of like, oh, okay, let me just, refresh myself on my material. Let me kind of get a little bit nervous beforehand, kind of deal with that emotion and all. And then if it doesn't happen, okay, whatever. I still get to go hang out with my friends and watch a cool comedy show. So.
That
And that way, if they do ask you, you're not like, oh, what the fuck? I wasn't prepared. Oh, 5 minutes. Oh, no. What am I going to do for 5 minutes? You're like, oh, yeah, I prepared. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I generally always feel prepared to do 5 minutes, but
still, when someone's like, hey, do you want to do 5? You're like, oh, fuck. Which 5 bits am I going to do that are each a minute long?
I don't know. It should be interesting. Should be fun. How'd George do last night, though?
He did pretty well.
Nice.
First show, he did some new material because he just brain farted. He didn't actually fart up there. He's like, oh, new material. Ha ha ha. Let's talk about farts for a minute. He he had a little lapse and like, oh shit, fuck. Anyway, so this one thing.
Interesting.
But second show he did really well. First show he did pretty well. So.
Huh.
He's a big fan of Bobcat. So like after
That's
he did his
awesome.
set, he was like, hey dude, good job. And he's like, I told me good job. Yeah. You know how George talks.
Yeah, exactly like that.
That's a perfect George impersonation right there.
100%.
Impressionation.
Should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. You got anything else exciting going on in your life right now, Marcus?
Tour dates. I will be at Mesquite Comedy Club open mic next Thursday and the Thursday after that, and probably the Thursday after that, so on and so forth until the end of time.
Right.
You could also see me helping with the seating and collecting cleaning things up after the show. If you want to see me then, the weekend shows. That'd be. Do you have any tour dates you want to cover?
Yeah. Actually, we're putting together that show for Recess Bar and Grill.
Dude, I haven't gotten like any confirmation on that actually.
Oh,
So
seriously?
fucking.
What's
yeah.
up with that? That's supposed to be like our thing, and it's supposed to have like been done for a while. Not knocking you at all. Like
I've got like flyers put together with like, oh, here's just placeholder information. So
Yeah.
once we do get it, it's like just plug and chug.
So no confirmation from like comedians or from like the bar or what?
Well, I'm waiting on the bar, so I don't have to tell people like, hey, you want to go ahead and ask for work off this Saturday?
Yeah,
Because some of these people are bartenders or they
that
work
is true.
late jobs, so it's like, oh fuck, well, they got shit to do the next morning, so I don't want to be like, oh, let's go ahead and block off this time from your schedule, and then haha, they rescheduled again. So
Yeah, that's
hopefully we'll get that figured out this week, because next week we have to start promoting.
Yeah, definitely. I
So
really can't wait to be super creepy and hand out flyers on college campus there.
if anyone here is a legal expert, which by the time this podcast is out, probably be too late. But I don't know what's the legality of handing out flyers about bars on campuses.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure it's not allowed
Why not?
because you're like advertising alcohol, and I'm sure that's illegal. Otherwise, they'd be everywhere.
I mean, that could be like a specific campus rule, but it's not like against the law.
I feel like it's against like Texas legislation. Like I'm
Lame.
pretty sure Mothers Against Drunk Driving have something to say about it.
Yeah, if someone has a problem with that, we can just whip out our dildos because we're protesting.
We're
gun carry law.
feminists.
Yeah.
We're feminists. You have to let us. You have to let us. Free
Well,
speech. They have a lot of aggressive, like, Christian people on the campus, though. So I'm sure if we're just out there, we're like, hi, we're not assholes. They'll be like, oh, cool. Just don't be assholes, or y'all are cool.
it's gonna be tough for you.
Yeah. Especially when I see people I know, they're like, Mark, you don't have a job yet? And be like, no, fuck you. How much are you getting paid to do this comedy thing? Is that your job?
Absolutely $0.
I'm deficit spending actually right now, so actually deficit would imply I have nope, deficit's right. Deficit is correct.
I'm literally
I
paying.
have more
to do
going
this
out
show.
than coming in. This is what I have coming in. Nothing.
You'll figure it out, man.
We'll figure it out.
You'll make some closeted lesbian very happy one day.
Yeah, fucking. That joke is like 100% true, by the
Yeah,
way.
I believe it.
Other than the part where I went out with the girl's dad.
Right.
But everything else is very true. That's why it works. That's why it connects. Because of the honesty.
Right.
For sure.
Huh. So what do you think? You want to wrap her up and
Yeah.
get ready for the show?
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Hey. This has been the Uneducated Statements podcast. That's a lot of work. You should probably just say it's better when you close. You say the thing again.
well, it's been another exciting episode here at the Uneducated Statements podcast. I'm Ben.
I'm Mark.
Yeah, and we love you guys. Probably a little low energy this week, but that's okay. They all can't be home runs. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a story. I need to stop saying that. Have a story-worthy week. I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted.
Hey.
Whatever. Who cares?
Gig 'em horns.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Have a great week, everybody. We love you.
Mwah.